in the morning. And it's 38 degrees, 40. And then the day it's hot, so then you don't dress warm enough sometimes. So that's what happened to me. So
They say tonight it's gonna be 32.
no, 32, no, 42.
32.
Where, here?
Yeah,
Ah,
I just read those. I also saw in the news in Dallas is 27.
no way. 32, no.
Hmm?
Well, it's very
Randy,
cold
what's
throughout,
machste?
cold throughout the country. There's snow throughout the Midwest.
No,
Yeah.
no. 42,
But Da-
40. No,
Dallas,
Mario,
what?
Mario. It's going to go down to 42, 41, 40 in
But
the
they-
morning when you wake up.
But they said in the news, not that I
And
can
don't
see.
believe everything. It's fake news.
Oh, okay. Here in mine, it says 40
Yeah. So,
When tomorrow?
yeah, tomorrow
Tonight.
morning.
tomorrow morning.
Well, it's been quite cold when you go up in the morning.
When you go to shul,
Yes.
when you go to shul.
Very cold.
I've been playing hooky. Okay, it's the
Okay, we're on Ches. Ches Omar Aleph. Mishnah.
only
Yeah.
just before we start. Who must I sign up for Yom Ha'atzmaut? What do I do? You'll have to tell me. I will do it.
I'll send you a email. You should sign up as a delegate for Yavna. You're like chairman emeritus or chairman of the Yavna. You should represent Kilat Yavna. And yeah,
Okay, I'll do it together with you. Okay, bye. Okay, that's the.
yeah, I understand, but Walter can go, and Esty can also be she's the head of the PTA or not the PTA, but
What are you talking about? The Zionist Congress?
yeah, you guys should go to that.
Okay, are you going?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to organize. I think Maury put our names down, but I'm coming one day later. It starts
Or
on.
actually, you're vice president of the RZA. So
Yeah.
you can put that's your affiliation. And you
Okay.
can, Walter, excuse me, Esty can be put as a delegate through something at Yavna
Okay.
if she wants. Okay, Ches Amar Aleph, Mishnah. Hareini Nazir Kisa'ar Roshi. I'm a Nazir like the hair of my head. Or Ka'afar Ha'aretz. Or like the sands of the earth. Ukechol Hayom. Hareza Nazir Oilam. He accepted many Naziruses, like 10,000 Naziruses. Well, that he can't serve. He's going to have to be a Nazir his whole life. However, it's not one big Nazirus. It's 1,030-day Nazirus. Therefore, megalech achas l'shoshim yom. He doesn't do like Avshalom did Nazir Olam, where he shaved every 12 months. He takes a haircut every 30 days. Rebbe Yomer Ein Zeh megalech achas l'shoshim yom. That's not the example of the person who takes a haircut every 30 days. Ein Zeh megalech l'shoshim Omer Harei alai Naziruses. Kisar Roshi. He uses the plural, but if you use a Hareini Nazir Kisar Roshi, it's one long Naziris, and he won't be able to fulfill it, and he never takes a haircut, according to Rebbe. But if he says Naziris Kisar Roshi, Naziris Kafara Aretz or Kecholayam, so then that would be he would take a haircut every 30 days. Okay. Hareini Nazir Melo Abai is, I want to be a Nazir as full as this house is, Omlo Akupa, or as full as this box. Boyd Kinoso. Im Omar Achas Gedol Nazarti. We ask him, did you want to make a big Naziris? So Nazir Shloshim Yom. Then he becomes a Nazir for 30. Im Omar Stam Nazarti. I didn't have anything in mind. So then we look in the box or the room. And Roinis Akupa Kilim Leach Chardal, as if the box was filled with mustard seeds. So there's 1,000,000 mustard seeds. V'Nazir Kol Yom. And he's a Nazir. It must be that he wanted multiple Nazirus is like the individual things that are in that box. And that's how we judge him. Already Nazir Mikanad Malcolm Pliny. I want to be a Nazir like from here to San Jose. Oimdim Kama Yomi Mikanad Malcolm Pliny. We estimate how many days does it take to walk from here to San Jose. In Pachos Mishloshim Yom, Nazir Shloshim Yom. Anything less than 30 days, he would be a Nazir 30 days. Vim Lav, if it's 40-day walk, 50-day walk, 60-day walk, Nazir Kiminyan Yomi. He becomes a Nazir like the days of how many days it takes to walk. Already Nazir Kiminyan Yomosachama. I want to be a Nazir like the days of the year. Moin and Nazir is Kiminyan Yomosachama. He has to do 365 back-to-back Naziruses. This occurred, and then he finished, and then he died because there were so many Naziruses that it lasted his whole life. So why do we go to the maximum? When he says, I want to be a Nazir like this box, why do we estimate that the box was filled with the smallest item of mustard seed? Let it be like it's filled with pumpkins. You can only put 2-3 pumpkins, so it's going to be a much shorter period of time. This actually is machloikes tanoim, and our Mishnah that said Mole Kupa, you go maximum is Rab Shimon. The Omar Odamachtis is Satzmo Dover Shesveiko Chomer Mivadai. If we don't know really what his intent was, and he didn't say something clear, he puts himself into Chumrah. And therefore we go to Chumrah, and therefore we assume it's the smallest thing in the box, like mustard seed, Titania. Person says, if we measure this box and there are 100 bushels in it, I'll be a Nazir. They went to look for the box, it was stolen or lost. So we don't know the facts, what was in there. Reb Shimon Oyster, Shesafik Nezirus Lahachmir. So Reb Shimon says, this person is a Nazir forever. He can't drink wine, can't take a haircut, because there could have been Mea Kri there. Rabbi Yehuda Matir, Shesafik Nazirus Lahakil. If we're in doubt what he actually said, we go La Mekel, and therefore there's no chalos of the Nazirus. Rav Yochanan Rafilu Temer Rabbi Yehuda. We don't have to learn our Mishnah like Reb Shimon, who says we go lemachmir. Even Rabbi Yehuda would learn our Mishnah. Hasam, the one who made a t'nai and said, I'm going to be a Nazir if there's 100 bushels in the box, loy nachas leila Naziris. We're not sure he's a Nazir because he did al t'nai. He doesn't know what was in there. And we don't know for sure whether there's any chalos of Naziris. And we're not sure that the t'nai was miskayim. So we leave him in his chazaka, which is a non-Nazir. So we don't put him to get a Nazir al-Safik. But hacha, when we talk about that there was a box, and we assume that the box is as if it was filled with mustard seed, Nachas Leila Naziris, he said, there's no t'nai there. He said, I'm going to be a Nazir. Mole Akupa. So there's no suffix that he declared himself a Nazir. Now, b'mai l'salukamine. Now, the problem is, we don't know what the shear of his Naziris is. So even Rabbi Yehuda would assume that he'd have to be machmir and go to the highest degree. The Gemara says, why? Why do we have to go maximum? We can go minimum and say that the box was filled with 1 or 2 pumpkins. Hasaka died in his years to the Kabbalah. Well, we know that he wanted to have multiple Neziruses. And if there was only pumpkins there, he'd be able to finish his Nezirus. So we can't say that. Rabbi Yudá like Rabbi, this is not Rabbi Omer. The example in our Mishnah, Ein ze megalech achas l'shloshim yom. When he said, I want to be a Nazir like the hair on my head, Rabbi held that he's an infinite Nazir. He doesn't take every 30 days. It's only if he says, Omer arei like Nezirus, multiple. Kasar Rosh, b'kafaras chalayam. So you cannot assume that when he used the word arei Nazir, Kimole Kupa, that he wanted to become a multiple Nazir. Frank the Gemara, Rav Yehuda Misavar l'Karebi. Is it true that Rav Yehuda holds like Rebbe Batnan? Hareini Nazir Kimini Mosachama. First, I want to be a Nazir like the days of the year. On Rav Yehuda, my side, given Shishli Mace, he had to do multiple Naziruses, and because once he finished, he died. If he had accepted upon himself, even using the word Nazir, multiple Nazirs, that's why he tells us about the case where the guy finished all the Nazirs and then died. But if the word Nazir doesn't refer to multiple, so, or if it would have been one long Naziris, he would never have been mashlim that. I'll show to you clearly that he doesn't hold like Rabbi. Rabbi Vatanya, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Hareini Nazir minyan hilketi kayis. I'm going to be a Nazir like the number of figs that are drying out in the summer. Uminyan shiboli shmita, or the amount of stalks that were collected during shmita. So moinen Naziris kamini hilketi kayis, uminyan shiboli shmita. Even though he used the word already Nazir, not Naziruses, so that's not like Rebbe. He has to count many Naziruses. So the Gemara says, yeah, but the word minyan shiny. The use of the word minyan clearly is indicative that he wants to do multiple Naziruses. Right? The Gemara means shiny leila Rebbe minyan. Is that true? Does Rebbe make a distinction when they use the word minyan? Vatanya. Hareini Nazir kim minyan mosachama. Moinen Naziris is Kimini Masachama. So the Tanakama holds you hold 365 Naziris times 30 days. Kamei Alavana, Moinen Kamei Alavana, 354 days. Rabbi Omer, Ad Sheyomer Naziris are like Kimini Masachama, Kimini Masalavana. So you see this rule that Rebbe only holds that it's multiple Naziris if you use the plural word Naziris. You have to use that word even when you use the word min. So the Gemara says, Rabbi Yehuda Sover lo kavasa b'chada. He holds like Rabbi in one principle. Upolak alei b'chada, and he argues with him with one. Sover lo kavasa b'chada Nezirus Kabbalah that if he says already Nazir Kesar Roishi, he's going to be as many Nazirs as there on his head. But Polak alei b'chada, these Rabbi Yehuda Shani le moine. Rabbi Yehuda says there is a difference when you use the word minyan, and you don't have to say Naziruses. For Rabbi lo yishrei lemeina, and Rabbi doesn't say that the word minyan will create multiple Nazirs until you use the actual word Nazirus, plural. Tarabara, Hareini Nazir kol yemei chayai, or Hareini Nazir oilam. So both of those statements is Hareini Nazir oilam, and he does like Avshalom that he takes a haircut once every 12 months. Afilu me'er shon, afilu elef shonim, ein ze nazir oilam and nazir lo oilam. It's one nazir, it's not multiple nazirs that last forever. Torabona. Hareni Nazir v'achas. So Moinishtayim. That's 2 Nazirus. If he says Hareni Nazir v'achas v'od, Mona Sholosh, that's 3. Then if he uses the word Vishuv, Mona Arba. So Hareni Nazir v'achas v'od Vishuv, that's 4 Naziruses. So where's this Pshita? I mean, what are you telling me here? He said it. Hi, George. We're on Ches Omid Beis, near the bottom.
Perfect. Thank you.
Ma'od the same of Vishuv Kikula. Maybe when he says already Nazir v'achas v'od, so that's 3. And then when he says Vishuv, that's maybe 3 times 2. Bavile Shiz, Kamash from the law that no, when he says the word Vishuv, it's not times a double of what he had set up until now, but it's adding a 4th one. Tanraban already Nazir. Sumchas Oimer, if he uses the word hain, which in Greek means 1, so achas. If he says digun, like 2 ribs, shtayim. Trigon, sholosh. Tetragon, arba. Pontigon, chamesh. 5. Torabon, bayis ogul, digun, trigun, pontigon, a house that's built in a circle or like a teepee, which is only 2 walls, trigon, like a triangle, or pontigon, a pentagon. So it's not considered a bias, and it's Einamatami B'Negoim. Tetragon, if it's got 4 walls, Matami B'Negoim, my time. At Lamatahu Omer Kir, it says, V'hinei posa nega b'kirosa bias. So it says Kir Kirois twice. Lamalo Omer Kir Kirois, Arei Kan Arba. Kir Kirois is 2, Kir Kirois is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So a standard house that is going to be Matami B'Tumas Negoim has to have 4 walls. Harun Allah Kol Kinui, Harun Allah Kol Kinuyi, Harun Allah Kol Kinui. Okay.
Ernie,
Yeah.
I just ask you a shayla.